Hey, what's going on? It's Aaron Cross, co-creator of iFilm Cinemas Productions, as well as a co-host of Not Your Normal Podcast, Academy of Conspiracy Podcast. And I'm really just here to sort of like an update video almost. No iFilm Cinemas Productions videos have been coming out recently due to the coronavirus crisis. So we've sort of slowed down doing some videos on there. We've made a couple, just haven't been putting them out quite yet. But we have a new channel that I already created the page for, but we haven't uploaded any content to it. It's actually called iFilm Cinemas Gaming. The idea was brought to me by Kyler. He was really behind the idea. Me and Hayden sort of jumped on board with it. Thought it was a good idea. So that channel, first video actually comes out in a week. What took so long behind that was figuring out the logistics that go into making a video gaming channel. But we figured it out. So first video actually come out in a week. Those videos will probably consist of me, Kyler, Hayden, our buddy Garrett. If you don't know Garrett, we used to talk about his podcast in our earlier episodes of Not Your Normal Podcast. It was called the Momentum Swing Podcast. It sort of came to a halt, but he's sort of on board with the gaming channel videos, so he'll be in there from time to time as well. And hopefully Kyler and Garrett can start up the Momentum Swing Podcast again. It's going to be a sports-based podcast. I know me and Kyler cover a lot of sports in our podcast, but that podcast itself, once or twice a week, 30 minutes, 45 minutes, something around that time. Hopefully get that pushed out here pretty soon. Other than that, another sort of, I guess you'd call it a announcement, not really, but me and Kyler, our podcast views on YouTube aren't actually as high as we had hoped for. And I think it's because of the production value that we put into it, not that much. We put way more attention to detail on the recording itself and not the video aspect of it. So we actually stopped recording the podcast. It'll still be available on Apple, Spotify, SoundCloud, or wherever you get your podcast at. But as far as on YouTube, there's going to be no more video side of it, at least for now. Probably will come back here in the near future, though. So I'm really excited to get that started again. But until we sort of figure out how to balance the production levels out, we'll be just doing straight recording on Apple, Spotify, SoundCloud. That's really about it. Last things are Academy of Conspiracy, episode 6, the season finale of season 3, comes out in 2 weeks, and then season 4, we're calling the revisit tour. We're going to go back and revisit a couple of our old episodes that did really well and were received really well. Other than that, we have Not Your Normal Podcast merch right here. It's a simple t-shirt with the NYNP logo on it. We got the only colors we have left are red, light blue, color called candy orange, black, and gray. We actually sold a lot of them fairly quickly, and we weren't expecting that. So if you would like to buy that, either message me, Kyler, or Hayden. Let us know. We can ship them to you. We can bring them to you if you're in the area. Either or. And last but not least, we have a Patreon at patreon.com/NYNP. If you go sign up for it, we have 3 different tiers. We have a $5, $6, and $7 tier. They all come with their own intangibles and, variations of stuff you get whenever you sign up on the patreon.com. But we decided all the Patreon money that we get, we're actually going to donate it to any, the most popular, not the most popular, but a more sought out after charity that's going to help people fight coronavirus, stuff like that. Whether it to be feeding families in need due to the crisis, or any charity that deals with the coronavirus crisis that's going on right now. All the Patreon money is actually going to go to that. We've been sending money to them already in donations. Not much because we don't have that many patrons, but we'd like to get some more. And with that being said, I'd really appreciate it if you go subscribe to the gaming channel. If you haven't done that, a new video comes out in a week. First video, actually. Tune into the NYNP or the Not Your Normal Podcast every Tuesday and Friday. And if you haven't listened to Academy of Conspiracy, catch up. They're pretty good episodes. Season 3 is probably my favorite season by far. And yeah. Thanks for the support and all the listens on Not Your Normal Podcast and Academy of Conspiracy. We don't talk about it a lot on the video, on the podcast itself, but me and Kyler off camera and off recording, talk about how crazy it is that people actually listen to the podcast and how quickly it grew. So we appreciate the support, and hopefully gets bigger, gets better, production value goes up, and we'll be able to do more stuff. So that's it.